Well, good morning. In the afternoon. One could say, good afternoon. Probably not in the morning, though. Or could you? Realistically, who's going to stop you? Your English teacher? I don't think so. If so, you're probably too young to watch this stream. Twitch.tv/purblindgamer is intended for mature audiences. You had to click on the little box that said mature audiences before you could view the stream, right? I think. I try and set it or turn it off based on exactly how violent or disturbing or horrific or sexy the game is going to be that day, but I get sloppy with it half the time. I forget. Whatever. Welcome to another episode of Short Horror Saturday. Yeah, I know last stream we were changing it up a little bit, finally finishing Soldier of Fortune, beating the final boss rather easily, because he kind of got stuck somewhere and I just kept shooting him. And then trying the demo for Soldier of Fortune 2, which is quite different from the first one and a bit harder. And then starting Call of Duty 4. Because maybe I should start playing those modern first-person shooter games that everybody talks about. Of course, if I did, I probably wouldn't be the only one. So, yeah, maybe it's better I don't make a habit of that and stick with playing the old games and the rare games and I'll lure you in with these games. Speaking of which, today for Short Horror Saturday, we're really ramping up the horror because, a lot of time it's just about your character getting killed or, little zombies munching people or those ghosties ain't gonna rest. In fact, they might even yell at you, making you jump. No. Today we're going to descend into a world of darkness and madness, where unspeakable giant creatures rip people limb from limb and chew their puny bodies up at the rate of several a minute. Machine guns, rockets, all of these have minimal effect on these gigantic creatures who may once have been human themselves and now want nothing more than to destroy their former species in the most violent and yum way possible. I am, of course, talking about Rampage 2 Universal Tour. Yeah, once I say the name, it doesn't sound quite so bad unless you actually think about it. Well, this being my 64th official stream, I don't quite know how that happened. Why am I still here? How am I still here? Did nobody cut my internet yet? I thought I should play a Nintendo 64 game, which I haven't yet, but I have been saying I want to play Ocarina of Time, the Zelda game, because it looks fun and I've been wanting to play it for years, and it is the only N64 game I actually own. But I figure I should try out, just get used to using an emulator first. Shoot, actually I meant to hook up my USB controller and see if I could get it working with the emulator, but I completely forgot. So rather than hold up the stream, I'll just use the good old-fashioned keyboard, like our grandparents used to use when they played N64 games. And yeah, the N64 doesn't have a lot of short horror games, and it doesn't have a lot of horror games because, Nintendo pre-GameCube, and it doesn't have a lot of short games in general because, all those megs of memory. So, we're going with Rampage 2. And I think I'm actually legally allowed to play this because my sister has the Game Boy Color version, which I actually played through and beat using the Game Boy player some years ago. And it's got like 150 levels, so I doubt we'll play the entire game today. Yeah. similarly, I have the Windows port of Rampage World Tour, and I bought it specifically because I was going to add it to my horror games collection. So there, that proves it's horror. And the fact that I have a Game Boy Color cartridge proves that I can play the N64 ROM. And if I am mistaken in my belief, please let me know after stream. Or, not at all. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the graphics in the N64 version will be a little better than the Game Boy Color version. Thank you to everybody who's stuck around here for 64 streams. And let's eat people. God, sooner or later somebody's going to clip something and take it out of context. And then send it to my potential bosses when I get job interviews. Joke's on you clippers. I ain't necessarily getting job interviews. I just take the jobs when nobody's looking. Sneak in there, start, filing things and typing letters. And after a few weeks, the boss is like, wait a second, I thought there's a job opening here. And I'll be like, nope. And they'll be like, so who hired you? And I'll just be like, I've always been here. I remember when you first started in the mailroom and worked your way up. I was still typing letters. And the boss is like, you were a secretary before you were born? That's not natural. And I'll be like, yeah, well, you know what else isn't natural? Rampage 2. There we go. Is it centered? Yeah, centered. Nice. Midway. Responsible for a lot of great games. Also, several streamers I know have been streaming monkey-themed games in honor of the late Harambe. Yeah, it's still a thing. If I remember correctly, the first level of this, or at the start of it, you have to rescue George, who is one of the protagonists from the first Rampage, and is a giant monkey. I remember telling my sister about the old Rampage when she got the Game Boy Color game, and she's like, oh yeah, at the very start it says you have to rescue George. I'm trying to remember, there are new mutants when you play through this, but I can't remember what they are. And no, I didn't read the manual, because I don't have the manual, so it's an ethics issue. Also, manuals are for nerds, as opposed to, people like me, who plays 20-plus-year-old video games. Ooh. So we have, Monster Mouse, and a Rhino, and Mr. Krabby Patty. Yay! Rescue George!
George, do you need to be rescued again, George?
Not right now, Gracie. I'm trapped in a giant cage and I'm eating my Maxwell House bananas. Oops, did I skip something? Yeah. Salt Lake City. Destroy all buildings to advance to the next city. Oh yeah, Attack of the Giant Crab Monsters is a good movie. If you get a chance to see it, you should. If you like, 50s horror sci-fi. Yeah, basically you're one of these big old kaiju types and you smash the buildings until they fall to pieces. and then you eat people. But it's okay, they're soldiers. They're attacking you in self-defense. And then sometimes they're just random people, but, you know, whatever. Crabs are not known for their ethics. Pizza? Yum. Yeah, the first Rampage was an arcade game from like mid-80s or something. Good fun. I know the original was one of those infinitely repeating ones. At least a lot of the home ports had the decency to end after a while. French fries. Very large French fries. On. Van's trying to run away. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Can't kill everyone. What's that? Did that plane drop a giant bomb? Dear, I'm low on health already. Sometimes it's hard to tell which of the things in the destroyed buildings are edible and which are poisonous to the unsuspecting giant crab. Destroy those planes? I don't know. Yay. We destroyed an entire city. Let's do it again. Denver. People can be quite helpful when you're feeling low. If you eat them. Play Rampage 2. Sound like a psychopath. It's fine. How many lives do I have? No, come here, lunch. Yuck, I'm not eating that police car. It's past its expiration date. My goodness, lady, did you just, like, plummet 6 stories and run away unscathed? I commend you. I also eat you. Now, would you like to be broiled and dipped in butter sauce? Wow, even Even when you're that high, the bombs hurt you. Oops. So it looks like you don't get hurt if you're on a building when it falls down, which is nice. Beer does not agree with your average giant crab. Can't outrun them either. Trampoline houses. These planes are too fast to really hit. Basically, they'll hit you no matter where you are from the looks of it. Sorry, lady. Blame the airplanes who drained my energy. E.g. Moving right along. Seattle. One who finishes the most toys will win. Oh, like the rubber duck we were punching, I guess. Wonder if that's where Jets and Guns Gold got the idea to have rubber ducks be bonus items. Fair chance. It really is an excellent game. Oh yeah, tanks are like one of the toughest enemies. At least in the original Rampage. Got something. And who keeps nuclear waste in an office building? That's what I want to know. I'm not seeing a timer like counting down to when the planes start passing through. Doesn't mean there's not one. Oh my gosh, there's the Space Needle. It's like all attention to detail. this. Never heard about it as much. Oh yes, Rampage World Tour was in the arcade, so it might have been better known. San Fran. My apologies to all my friends from Seattle and now from Frisco. If you didn't want your city destroyed, you shouldn't have built it like trampolines. Seems that there are quite a few civilians, not just soldiers. This does seem to have not as many like directional moves as in the first Rampage. I almost destroyed it in time. LA. Hey, that's where I live. Wouldn't it be cool if I looked out the window and saw myself destroying the city? Maybe not. Aw, they're dropping confetti to welcome me. Wait a second, that's not confetti. Oh my gosh, parachutes. Well, I found the water. Fortunately, crabs are aquatic. So far, this is a pretty fun arcade game. Not a lot of plot, but nice, fast gameplay. But I guess it's probably a hard balance for how long to make them and how challenging to make them. Has continued. Well, I never. Shoot. Tells you how long it's been since I played the Game Boy Color version. I can't. Maybe you have to get to a certain level to get a password? Okay, well this time we'll play as Monster Mouse, and let me know if you guys see something about passwords or some such. We're coming for you, George. Our top story tonight. New York City celebrated the end of its rebuilding process by laying the capstone of the new Empire State Building. This could never happen again, claims Mayor Richards. We are just too well prepared. In related news, I have just received a special report. We are live at Scum Labs International, where a disturbance has been reported. Apparently, another disaster has occurred in one of Scum Labs' controversial mutant experiments. Enormous monsters are destroying anything and everything in their path. Oh no, not again. They're on a rampage. Hey, that must be where they get the title for the game. Right. Excuse you. I'm gonna say those police cars are well armed. It's almost as though they anticipated this. Conspiracy theory time. Hey there. Ah, stupid little morsel. Such a dramatic eater, mouse boy. Okay. Yeah. I gotta spend less time chasing toothsome morsels and more time destroying buildings before the military shows up. Sends in the bombers and the Harrier jets. And there's a 50-foot tall mouse. I should know about things being hairier. Something I ate killed me. Story of my life. Yeah, we've all been there. Food lie and ground beef gives you food poisoning. Toaster you pulled out of a window you just punched makes you cough fire. Ah. I'm a rat, not a mouse. I don't know. But rats tend to be friendly. Of course, mice tend to be friendly too. I guess I've had less trouble with rats infested in houses I've lived in than mice, so I tend to be like, yeah, rats, they're a decent bunch. What's this about a bubonic plague? Well, I wasn't there. Too soon? Milk? Okay, mice are lactose intolerant. Oh, the jets are here early. Did I just throw up? I haven't seen this much time devoted to the bodily function of rats since I played the arcade version of Battletoads. You know the scene I mean. Made a concerted effort to outrun the bombers, have I? This last house? Destroy this building quickly enough. Oh yes. I have dragon breath. So close. It's not fun to indulge your destructive side. Like when you see a 6-foot tall tower of Legos and you're like, theoretically, I could knock that over. I'm not going to, but if I were a 50-foot tall mouse, all bets are off. Ooh, cheese. Mice like cheese. There's one thing 1930s cartoons have taught us. Actually, there's a lot they've taught us. Oh. Tank. There's that one where the mice fight the cat. And this thing we did it before and we did it again, and it's like clearly a metaphor for World War I and World War II and Quislings being bad and all that. I feel like it had some humorous title. Yeah, don't mind me. I'll just ramble on until somebody stops me. Ice cream. Oh, there's the air raid siren. Oh, nice. The kick button does a lot of damage. Okay, this time I'm going to try and outrun the bombers for reals, yo. Maybe it's not possible. I'm not entirely sure. I stepped in an electrified area. I think I just hit a water main or something. San Francisco got destroyed fast. And we're back to good old LA. Jeez. There we are. That noise. You know, I may just look up. How does one save games? I don't know, maybe it's perfectly obvious to anybody who's owned an N64. Oh, maybe you only get a password when you rescue one of the monsters from the first Rampage. Maybe I just need to get good. could just read the instruction manual. But I want to get a little further in this game. Controller pack. Is that what they call the memory card? Yeah, I know pretty much nothing about the Nintendo 64. And then occasionally playing it in stores or at friends' houses or maybe at MagFest. Avalanche. Oh well. I'll try. I'll give it another go. See if I can get a little better at least. Let's try Rhino this time. There's probably some setting I have to fiddle with to get it to save. That was a truck. Man, there's so many projectiles in this game, you really can't avoid them. I don't know exactly what the strategy is. Other than I assume move fast. Be more careful about what you eat. I'm not seeing a timer that counts down to the jets. Are you guys? Yes. Do I get any kind of life bonus between levels? Nope. That would be ridiculous. Caught that person in midair. Maybe that's the thing, I should be focusing more on speed. I think I'm getting the hang of it a little more. I say as I punch something electrical. Rhinos like cheese too. Diner. Oh, I was hoping there would be some tasty burgers inside. But no, there was just a tanker truck. Oh, hey. Just before the bombers made another pass. we picked up, but it had quite an effect on that building. I think they were just coming by for another run, too. Los Angeles. The city of giant rhinoceri. Wait, that's not how it goes. Carpet bombers will be the death of me. It is very easy to miss that water. It's so visually confusing. Try it one more time, and then maybe I'll set the difficulty a little lower. Okay, Krabby Patty is the best balanced character, I think. Death breath. It's really powerful. But you completely destroy a smaller building in one puff. Real food. Take down this building. You'll excuse me for a moment. I think I heard a knock at my door. We'll destroy more buildings and swallow more people alive in just a minute. Yes, I would, but I'm in the middle of my Twitch stream right now.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys going to be around for a while?
I don't know. I'm not sure how long she's staying.
Oh, okay.
We just got back and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I would, and hopefully I'll be able to.
Okay. All right. I'll let her know.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Uh-huh.
hello again. Sorry. A good friend of me and my roommates came to visit today. Now that we're all fully vaccinated, we're occasionally having a couple of fully vaccinated friends over. They were just letting me know. But I told them I've got more people to kill and grind their bones to make my bread. Crabs don't eat bread, do they? What do they eat? Fish? I'll grind their bones to make my fish.
C__cross. Yay for being with friends again.
Hey, Seacross. Yeah, I know, it really is nice. But how are you doing this evening, this weekend? Yeah, it's the weekend, that's why I'm doing Short Horror Saturday. Hey. Ah, well, I never liked Salt Lake City anyway. I mean, I've never actually been there, don't know much about it, but lakes are supposed to be fresh water. I want to go drink from a lake and be like, it's a waveless ocean. But everybody, please go check out Seacross. There's another great streamer. Streams a mixture of games, some Wii games, and some badass hardware modification streams. Like last a couple days ago, he was just going to town on a PlayStation with a soldering iron in a way that showed he knew what he was doing and wasn't just destroying the thing, but making it better. I didn't ask, how did that turn out in the end, Seacross? Is it done?
C__cross. It is.
Oh, awesome. And is that something you'll be using on your streams, or we're working on for someone else? Yeah, I know, I'm destroying all the police in this game. I'm an anarchist. Well, a crab anarchist. You've heard of Krabby Appleton, why not Krabby Anarchist?
C__cross. It is one I may be selling.
Oh,
I had one that is better already.
awesome.
C__cross. Got a Neo Geo CD up to work on next.
Oh, wow. That's cool. That's one of the rarer systems. I don't know if I've ever actually seen one. I think that was only for, like, home use. They didn't have an arcade version like with the regular Neo Geo, right? And what will you be doing to modify it? Can't eat that guy. think I'm getting better, but I'm not really keeping track of my lives.
C__cross. There is a way TP make it load games off of SD card. So that is what my plan is. C__cross. 2.
That's amazing. So then you wouldn't actually need the CDs. I'm assuming they're a little bit pricey at this point. I'm realizing, if I'm understanding the game correctly, one thing you have to do is
C__cross. No CDs and faster load times.
oh, right.
That 1x CD-ROM is slow.
Oh, 1x, yeah. I mean, some of those CD-ROM seem slow enough at 48x. Yeah, some of those old CD-based consoles did have quite the load time. That's really neat. And where do you learn how to do all these mods? Are they, like, listed online somewhere? Frisco. Food. Quite lonely. I do like that it doesn't damage you if you're on the building when it collapses, like in the original. Keeps plenty else that damages you.
C__cross. I think if you follow RetroRGB.com you would learn about a bunch of them, but I follow a ton of people that develop these things on Twitter.
Ah. That's neat that people are able to, you know, figure out all this stuff and then actually do it. Somebody who knows basically nothing about all that. Do you think you'll try streaming any of the Neo Geo CD games before you sell it? Oh shoot, Los freaking Angeles. Finally. I'm trying to think of any Neo Geo games,
C__cross.
CD games.
I have streamed a few and will probably do more after the mod.
Oh,
I am not
sweet.
selling them.
Ah, so that's for one that you're gonna keep. Nice. Oh, hey, there's the Hollywood sign in the background. These helicopters really pack a punch. Think of what Neo Geo CD games I've heard of. There might have been a sequel to Beast Busters on one of the Neo Geo systems. What just happened? They called in the air cavalry, as the saying goes. Oh. Ooh, we beat LA. Sounds fun. Oh, my building. I'm too slow at demolitions. San Diego, ah. Oh, tank. Food. But death. Okay, I'll try this one more time, but I'll decrease the difficulty. If I was going to use the N64 to stream something like Ocarina of Time or something longer, I would need to figure out how to make it save games. See if we can at least rescue Harambe, I mean George. Oh, there's a third stat on top. I know if Krabby Patty is the best balanced. Whatever. Let's go with Monster Mouse. Oh, carrot. Hey, backlog. Yeah. Rampage 2 on the N64 more specifically, but definitely Rampage. Yeah, if your 64th stream needs to do something on the N64. And it was Short Horror Saturday, and what's more horrific than a, 100-foot tall mouse eating you alive? I mean, check out those teeth. But how's your Saturday going, backlog?
Backlog cabin. Nice. Happy 64 streams.
Oh, thanks, dude. It's been a fun time. I've played a bunch of games. Phew. Made it before the bombers got there. Apparently adjusting the difficulty to easy makes the game easier. A certain perverse logic in that. And everybody, please go check out Backlog Cabin.
I've beaten Rampage 1 on N64.
Oh, nice. I didn't know they had their first Rampage on N64. But I knew they had World Tour, which I only have as a PC port, and then Rampage 2, which I'd only played previously on Game Boy Color. But yeah, I was thinking about this also, Backlog, because you were playing Ape Out in honor of Harambe, and your first goal in Rampage 2 is to rescue George, the monkey, from Rampage
cabin.
1.
I'm in bed already, LOL.
Oh, well, that's good. You're getting to wind down for tonight.
C__cross. I will be sure to check out that Backlog Cabin on Monday.
Ooh, an apple. I always think it's interesting that when people bring up video game controversies, nobody talks about Rampage more. I don't know, maybe because of the legacy of 1950s monster movies. Parents are like, oh yeah, that's so much more wholesome than the horror we get these days. Pressing the wrong button.
C__cross. Don't eat the razor.
Don't eat the razor, right? That time I thought it was beer and it was going to give me fire breath, but instead it sprayed me in the face and knocked me over. Mice have delicate stomachs. I think I'm down one life so far. There's the Space Needle. Made famous by movies like The Parallax Effect, and also just existing. Don't get to destroy it though, that would be slightly too offensive. decon. We need to get rid of it. There. Oh, I missed it. Oh well. No, don't eat the person. Kill the tank. Stupid mouse. That was close. A lot of times I just barely managed to beat the sortie of bombers. And we're back to Gold Rush Town.
Backlog cabin. Okay, I can hear you again. This phone dropped signal for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully it's not something with my stream. Oh, milk. I think I've done that before. Maybe it's supposed to be like a washing machine. Aw, but the train survived. Well, I guess it's a testament to Frisco's public transportation, unlike Los Angeles.
Backlog cabin. Nah, I think it's just this phone's 4G performing poorly.
Ah, gotcha. There. Freaking carpet bomber's the worst. But just... oh, I'm in the water. That's what happened. Like, why am I suddenly very short and only a head and shoulders? There is no possible explanation for this. It's hard to eat the paratroopers. Not so hard to make them go splat, though.
Backlog cabin. As someone who's beaten 2 Rampage games, I still don't get these games.
Yeah, congrats on beating them. They are hard. I've only beaten the Game Boy Color version of Rampage 2. And I think I played through the first, like, a port on one of those arcade collections. It's like, you can't beat it, it just loops, like the original arcade game.
C__cross. I used to love the arcade game as a kid.
It does seem like a lot of fun. It's so unlike anything else. And what was the other one you beat, Backlog? You said the first N64 one, and oh, let's see if we can actually destroy this building.
Backlog cabin. Yup, N64 and the NES one.
Oh, the NES one, nice. That's not fair, it's 2 buildings, that's... This game cheated. Ah. Oh well. NES one, I'll bet that one was hard. I think at least some of the, like, the PC port of the old one had unlimited continues. I ate a church bell, I think. There are a lot of things I'm not really certain about.
C__cross. I just pulled up the arcade version on my Mister. Already had the big arcade stick set up cause I was playing some Street Fighter.
Oh, awesome. Arcade is the best. You said you're Mr. What is it, Mr. C-Cross? Oh, yay! We made it to a save game point. Yes. All I had to do was get more good. Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I like the fact that helicopter has a light.
C__cross. An FPGA hardware emulation system. Basically, it can be hardware programmed to be a bunch of different computer systems. Backlog cabin. The word the saves like every 10 levels.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was initially like, why isn't it saving? How do I save the game? Mister sounds really cool. So many cool hardware devices. think it's every 25 levels you rescue one of the others. But now, number 150 sticks in my mind for this one. But then that was the GBC port, and that was 10 years ago. Yay, death breath. There's so many humans, but each one adds so little to your health. I think with more time and practice, I'd get better at recognizing the hazards versus the power-ups. I knew that was a washing machine, but I ate it anyway. I was hungry. I'm always hungry. I'm a growing mouse. They have some variation in each level, like the enemies and stuff. I guess they have it too wildly different if they're trying to make it last for that long. Buildings are getting bigger, at least some of them. Ah, yes. I don't know what that landmark in the back is. Looks like a overgrown water tower to me. But maybe Las Vegas has an overgrown water tower. One time I was there, I didn't do much sightseeing. Ooh, San Antonio. Or Phoenix, right? Well, we made it across the desert pretty quick, because, let's be real, there wasn't too much there. No offense, Arizona. I guess the strategy for those rapid fire, I don't know what they are, friend carriers is to get behind them. Under such a time constraint. Yes. Something's shooting me, and I'm not sure what. Hey, maybe it was him. Mice like hot dogs. And pizza. And humans. Don't believe me? Lock a human up with 100 starving mice for a couple weeks to see what happens. That was rather dark. I could have just said, watch Food of the Gods. Or hell, read the book. Probably has some passing resemblance to the movie. Don't know if they drain health or not. Fly to the farther platforms. Oh, bonus. How does the mouse fly? Oh. Yeah, you got some health. Yep, can't recall any cartoons about flying mice. Flying squirrels, on the other hand. Hey, Houston. Ooh, maybe they'll have a Cactus Video Store, or half-price books, or the zoo, yeah. Yeah, I think we've got enough animals as it is. Oops. Apparently that bridge was not meant to support a mouse. This helicopter is unnecessarily tenacious. Survived, but more importantly, we destroyed that tanker before we ran out of time. I'm trying to, go for a greener world here. Clean energy. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women here, and I'm going to eat a few, along with some soldiers. And some nuclear waste. ass. One stick of dynamite too many. Well, that's one way to take care of a mouse, with dynamite. Alright. I think that's probably enough. I've been streaming for 90 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to play a little longer, see if we could rescue George. Save the monkey. But I don't know. I think I spent a long time replaying those first few levels before I changed the difficulty and kind of got the hang of it. So I'll probably wrap up. Actually keeping Short Horror Saturday short. I knew I wasn't going to play through all 150 levels. Oh yeah, that was Rampage 2 for the N64. Really a pretty good arcade game, I think. Like a pretty good idea for updating a classic arcade game to a then modern audience. But it's still fun. If I owned that game, not the GBC version, a couple thousand miles away.
Yeah, for your sanity's sake.
I know, it's like you can't just keep playing through forever, but if I owned this game and, it saves every 7 levels, I would keep playing it, I think, and probably play through it and enjoy it, because I remember after you rescue the 3 original protagonists, aliens invade the Earth, and then the evil monsters who have been destroying everything end up saving the world.
Fun.
End up taking a cue out of, the Godzilla movies. After trashing Japan a few times, Godzilla's like, hey, I might as well save it from something worse, while making wisecracks and hanging out with my cute son.
I wish there was a meaningful end game thought, Jay.
Yeah. I think there is some kind of, meaningful end game for Rampage 2. Not, anything profound, but kind of fun. And I don't know about World Tour, because it did have more of a plot, I gathered, and based on when it was made, it was kind of expected in the mid-90s that arcade games would end eventually. And that was a fun game. And it was good to know that this N64 emulator works, and if I do decide to play something longer than an N64 game, then I will try and make sure that it works with my controller. Of course, I'll need to get a USB splitter so I don't have to choose between plugging in my controller and plugging in my decent webcam. Yeah. Less scary than other Short Horror Saturdays, but still a lot of fun. And then, let me tell you guys what in terms of streams coming up. Tomorrow, I'll be continuing Sam and Max Season 1, which we played the first episode of last Sunday. It was hilarious, and I'll see if I can't get through 2 episodes tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I don't know, I might play more Call of Duty 4, since we only really had just started it and got through the first 2 levels.
Hope I see more N64 games sometime.
Thanks, Backlog. That was a console I never really got into, but I definitely want to play some of the games on it. I've played Mario 64 some, but it'd be nice to play through it all, and I want to play Ocarina of Time, which I have, which I have a cartridge of, and a couple others. GoldenEye, which I sometimes played multiplayer with friends, but never played through the actual game. Or saw the movie, for that matter. Means I gotta decide which one to do first. See the movie, play the game. So maybe I'll continue Call of Duty 4 on Wednesday. It's I don't know if that's the kind of game a lot of my viewers want to play or want to see, since I do mostly do more retro and obscure stuff. And then for Short Horror Saturday... Oh, wait, I've got it here.
C__cross. I never got into it either, but have been trying to play it a bit lately. Did play a bunch of GoldenEye with friends back in the day.
Same. That was like the quintessential, multiplayer console game. before Halo, it was pretty much, that was it. Well, and Smash Brothers, I guess. And I'm thinking for Short Horror Saturday next week, I may play Terror Tracks, which is... There was a PC version, which was a sort of FMV adventure game, but this is just an ordinary audio CD, but it's a interactive adventure that can be played with a normal CD player.
Cross. Never liked Smash.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste. It's so different from other fighting games. Like I played the GameCube one a fair amount and kind of got to like that, but only with friends. So I'll probably play Terror Tracks for Short Horror Saturday next week, and if not, I mean, I've got plenty of obscure games I want to play, some of which I need to try and figure out how to get working. And some games never will work on Windows 10, like Ghost Pirates of Vuju Island, which I think I'm going to bury in the middle of the desert one of these days. That's pretty much all I got, but if you guys could stick around while we raid somebody, I'd really appreciate it. Let's see who's on. Surfins is on. And that girl Joey's on. I don't think I've rated her in a while. And... oh, she's playing Resident Evil 2. Probably on the PlayStation, not on the N64. That's a really cool place. We'll go ahead and raid her. Continuing with the horror theme. Yay, it worked. I'm always like, did I type it right? Did the raid work? Oh yeah, it worked. Thank you again for everybody who came out and hung out or lurked and enjoyed watching a mice sink its fangs into human flesh. Real pit in the pendulum stuff. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a variety/retro streamer with a focus on horror and sometimes rail shooters. And you're welcome to follow me and also follow my Twitter. And which mostly I just say random things and announce streams.
Enjoyed. Keep it up.
Thanks so much, Seacross. I really appreciate it. And everybody, do go check out Seacross and Backlog Cabin. They're both great streamers. A lot of fun. I hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys here tomorrow for more absurdist comedy with dogs and rabbits. And what is it with me and animal games? So, everybody, have a good Saturday night, and please go say hi to that girl, Joey.